What's going on? You're now watching Harrison Family Values, the podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor, before we go into the video, hit the like button. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. It costs you nothing. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, wait to the end. If you like what I have to say, please hit subscribe and the bell notification so it'll let you know when I upload new videos or when I go live. All right, so let's get into the topic of discussion, okay? Dr. Cheyenne Bryant seems to have came out of nowhere or somewhere, but we just didn't know. Apparently, she's been in the works in the psychology space for a while now. Counseling, psychology. She's an entrepreneur, businesswoman. And she became viral for a video that she did having a discussion with Cam Newton on this podcast. Shout out to Cam Newton. And she speaks about this topic of low functioning men, or being low functioning in general, but in context of the conversation she was having, talking about low functioning men, and also had a conversation with Nick Cannon about this. Now, I'm late to the party. Everybody's doing videos about this. I had a plan to do this on Saturday because I saw that video with Nick Cannon and I wanted to piece it together. Everybody else is already doing it. I'm late to the party. Hopefully the algorithm would share it out and people will be able to hear what I have to say. But I did want to talk about this as a marriage counselor, as a family man, as an advocate for marriage. I wanted to talk about this and actually do a quick response to it because she did an amazing job checking both Nick Cannon and Cam Newton, both men who have multiple children by multiple women. Nick Cannon has a little bit more baby mamas than Cam Newton, but nonetheless, it's the discussion of homes and what creates solid homes and what creates broken homes. So we're going to get into this video real quick. I'm calling fair use right now so that hopefully I won't get a copyright strike or anything like that. But I am definitely going to do this under the guidelines that YouTube establishes for us to use fair use with content on YouTube. So without further ado, let's get into this discussion. She did her thing. I can't front. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant did her thing. Here we go.
Yeah.
With that, I know and I understand a lot of people see my situation and I think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
So I like how he says a lot of people may see as if the assumption is everybody knows what he has going on behind the scenes. And she's direct and wants to know if he is actually knowledgeable about a situation and if he can be held accountable. Because if you can dodge this type of question, then you probably struggle with accountability. So that was dope, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
See my situation. That's a very vague question, and it's for you.
What situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high function?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in
My
relationships?
my life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here.
Yeah, and during this, I'm still watching it. He's uncomfortable. I don't know if he likes to be called out like this, but Dr. Cheyenne is really direct, really has a pinpoint type of approach to addressing this conversation with Cam Newton.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low
Facts.
functioning.
No.
He did say
Okay,
that.
so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Can I?
So this is something that we have to also avoid doing. Saying something and it being clear with what you said, and then trying to gaslight, saying that somebody else is trying to misconstrue your intentions by what you're saying. No, what you said is what you said. So it's not a matter of intentionality. It's a matter of responding to what you said. You said that. She's not trying to, attribute any kind of intentions or provide any intentions. She just said, this is what you said.
Correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah, some more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now,
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
about
to
your
bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay.
He wants God to bring him. His mother is a church-going, faithful, devout Christian who probably has a more biblical approach to child rearing under the bonds of marriage, but he just wants God to bring him children. And he does definitely have a history of being in the church. He had an interview with Kirk Franklin and was able to sing many of his songs on the spot for Kirk Franklin. So I believe he has a history and a church background. I don't necessarily believe that he has a biblical background in what he believes. But he wants God to bring the children, regardless if it's by multiple women. And that's not by God's design.
And you have, so you just...
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you would say it, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
Now, she's about to cook him right now. But that quote, my desire to get married is... My desire not to get married is greater than my fear of divorce. I don't know, it sounds inconsistent to me. I would love to have a conversation with him to sort of unpack that.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time.
Ooh,
you're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active.
Ooh, dude. And she's 100% correct. 100% correct. This is where, and men, you're going to be upset with me. This is where you men be like, I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing into anything. Don't want any kids, but like you're about to go to bed with as many women as you want. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're not taking your time. That's not taking your time. All right. Good, great response.
Okay, so you're creating. In disclaimer. The kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies because I can't wait to be a mom and I love the kids, period. But you.
So, and you guys probably want to ask if you guys already know, she's, I think 41. She's not married yet, doesn't have any kids. So, and I think Cam Newton in this interview sort of discusses that a little bit.
You are proactively.
We won't be talking about that.
Choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken.
Now, the question is, what makes a broken family? What is a broken family?
Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Oh, let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them.
Wow. And this is where she references homeless houses. Like a home, when we look at home and the charm that exists within home, across cultural identities, across cultural makeups, you have a father, a mother, and children. And whenever you take that away, where there's a single parent and the mom and dad are not together, they're not married, they're not husband and wife, and they have children, and the child is forced to live with one parent, not both, even though the situation they could live in a mansion, it's still a broken home. It's still a broken home. And she's saying, Cam, you're making multiple broken homes. You might be with the woman you're with now, but you have 2 other women you had children with, and those homes are broken, not because you were taking your time, Cam Newton, but because you were very intentional and active and not taking your time. Ooh.
I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife.
This is good.
Where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works.
Compartmentalizing, depending on the situation, when you're dealing with family and multiple homes, compartmentalizing isn't a good thing. We make it, we work within it. It is what it is. It's one of those, it is what it is. I got, 3 women that I got, I have children with. I have to make it work. So we compartmentalize, hoping to do the best we can, still, in spite of creating deficiencies in the home with the children, because the children don't have access to the man, the husband, the father, the way they should.
Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community
low
that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health-wise, and community-wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men would what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with a wife. And then you have all these other houses that are homeless, but you over here at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will, you'll get whatever you want, you're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish,
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, you cooked. She cooked, and she's absolutely right. For a man to say, and shout out to Cam Newton, I have no judgment against him. He actually resembles my father, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm older than he is, so but his face, he's got like features that remind me of my biological father, who passed away last year. But, however, what she's telling him is absolutely correct, and I don't think that he's looking at it from a bird's eye perspective, a family perspective. She's right in saying that he's looking at it very selfishly. He's approaching it very selfishly. He says that he's taking his time, but he wants kids, but he doesn't necessarily want marriage. So then what are you taking your time with? Is it being committed to a woman? Then say that. Say, I'm taking my time with being committed to a woman. But don't gaslight. Just say, I'm taking my time with life. No, you're not. And she brought it out. And I'm not meaning to say gaslight like I'm villainizing Cam Newton right now. His perspective is his perspective. Although I don't think it's the right perspective. I'm not here to bash him or judge him in that aspect. However, what she's saying is right, and how she pieced it together was 100% correct, because he's creating broken homes, and a broken home in the aspect of father's not living there with mom and raising the kids together. He's creating that. So he can say he's taking his time, but he's not really taking his time. And she really did expose that in a very gracious, direct way, which many men will probably find offense of. But if we are objectively looking at this situation, we can say with clarity that she's 100% right. And the thing is, he's a millionaire, he's rich, whatever. He can give his other children who he's not living with everything that they ask for, but he can't give them him all the time. They won't have access to him all the time. The only way this will work, and it'll be extremely weird, is if he has some kind of compound somewhere where he lives in one house with his wife and kids, and the kids with her, and then they all live in the same compound where he provides a house for her here, and for one child's mother here, one child's mother there, and they all live in the same place, and they have access to him. But outside of that, like it's very difficult, and I see it. When as a teacher, I see a father who has children by maybe 2 or 3 different women, and all the kids go to the same school because they all live in the same neighborhood, and the houses are broken because dad's not there all the time with, this child. He's not even there all the time with that child. It's very difficult. So, and in essence, it's low functioning. It's not functioning the way it's supposed to for the benefit of everybody involved. And that's what she's saying, and she is 100% correct. But did you guys know, and I'm sure you guys know now because it's all going viral, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant Cam Newton wasn't the first one that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant had to check. There is one other infamous man who has multiple children by multiple women, and that is Nick Cannon. Now, I'm a fan of Nick Cannon. In fact, I became a fan of Nick Cannon's when I saw Drumline. Okay, I thought his acting in that movie was pretty good. Actually, it was. I thought it was great. I liked him in that movie. And I love music and musicianship, and I thought it was a good story also. Ironically, in that movie, his father wasn't there for him. And now, I'm not saying that he's not there for his children, but I can say that he's not there full time for all of his children, because there's no way you can be. Nick Cannon is one of the most busiest men in Hollywood. There's no way he can be as busy as he is, doing everything that he's doing in entertainment, and be there full time for all of his kids and all of his children's mother. And Dr. Cheyenne Bryant had to have a discussion with him and call him to the chair and call him to the carpet about his low functionality. And this was really good. So first off, shout out to Nick Cannon and his podcast. Shout out to Cam Newton and the Funky Friday podcast. Great podcast. I don't really listen to a lot of it because, it depends on the guest. I don't do vulgarity, you know that. And in just giving you this warning, danger. There might be some choice language in this specific interview. So please guard your ears if you're around children. All right. So without further ado, let's get into this quick discussion, this piece.
But okay, I love that. This is so good. What is control?
A song Janet Jackson put out in the 80s.
Right, exactly. You see? Don't deflect. Bring it back here. Don't deflect. You see, he just fleeing. That's it, fleeing. Bring it back. You ain't fleeing. At the root of control, what is control? For one, it's an illusion. What is at the root of control?
Ego.
Okay, then that's fine. What is ego?
What
is ego? The root of ego is what?
It's protecting my vulnerabilities.
It's an insecure little boy. That's what the root of control is, because it's an illusion.
Sheesh.
Okay?
Sheesh. Like she's direct. And look at the way she's peering into his eyes. Like she wants him to get this work. She wants him to understand what she has to say right now.
Because when we control
but
anything,
we're talking, no, it's not illusion when you yelling, I'm yelling.
No, we're talking about the control piece.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Neither one of us have control because our emotions are on high.
But you have two people who are at the peak of a mental health freaking breakdown, a mental health issue.
Control.
So again, the way that you gain control is by two things. You use two tools. You cannot shift or change anything about you unless you shift or change your experience. So as long as you keep fleeing.
You can't really shift or change your experience. Your experience is what you're experiencing. I think you have to change the outlook of that experience, or how you manage your emotions within that experience.
So I'm shifting my ass out the door.
But that's what you've been doing. But that allows you to stay in abandonment. That allows you to stay.
I'm comfortable with my abandonment.
Because you are.
And a lot of other men are. So but he doesn't understand that him being comfortable in his abandonment causes those under him, like his children, to have to also try to become comfortable with their abandonment.
Are in your dysfunctional norm that you become comfortable with.
But it's worked. It's become a superpower.
But you've learned to survive in it. You're not thriving in that. That's not thriving. You're surviving in that.
Okay.
And so anytime you are surviving and not thriving, there is no cape. There is no superpower. There's no superpower in a lack of mental health. And there's no superpower.
But it's worked for me. Like you said,
you know why
you read me well.
You know why I work for you?
Why?
You know why I work for you? I'm going to go there, and it's probably going to be, okay.
Go ahead.
And this is with
we got 2 minutes left in our first session.
With all due respect, seriously, to all the women that you've encountered, ladies, I'm saying this. The reason why it's worked for you is because you have chosen and to prey on low-functioning women who don't have the emotional intelligence. No, I'm going there.
Ooh. Yeah, she's direct. Like, she's direct.
Who will allow you to do that, Nick? And when I say allow, it's not a control thing. When I say allow, I'm not saying that she sits across you and says, this is what you won't do, you're crossing a boundary. Nick.
I disagree.
Yes.
This is why I disagree. I mean, one, because
why are you going to make sure? But you got to go in protection mode, too.
So I think she should give him an opportunity to say why he disagrees and not state the fact that he's going into protection mode yet. Let him hear what I think. So if I was in a situation, I would probably let him say what he has to say first before saying that he's immediately going into protection mode, because I could be wrong. As a counselor, I could be wrong. So I want to hear what they have to say, and based on their response, determine if they are in protection mode or not, or they're trying to explain their situation.
Because you could say from all the high value women that I've ever
I didn't say high value.
But okay, I'm giving compliments. But I'm just saying for the people who even of them being, because first of all,
low functioning woman will allow you to function low with them. Nick, you could not function that low.
So this is,
Nick,
everyone's low functioning at some point in their life.
You cannot function low with a woman of my functioning. Not because I'm superior.
Me.
Not because I'm superior. Listen to me say this real quick. Not because I'm superior to any other woman, but because I do have leverage. I've been in my field for 17 years, so we get that. But I've done the work, meaning you won't have an opportunity to get hostile with me, and you may want to flee, but fleeing would not get you a payoff with me. Wait a minute.
I'm not the hostile individual.
This is that's my point. Did you hear what you just said? We said the same thing. You would never have the opportunity to get hostile with me.
Yeah, because I control myself.
Hold on. Okay.
I have full control of my. But in your sense, because that's what I'm saying. Because only reason I say what I disagree, because at some point we've all been low functioning, and we have to accept that.
Yes.
So to label that is like, all right, well, at some point everybody's going to be in their low state. Everybody's going to be vulnerable. Everybody's going to feel empty.
But
everybody's going to yearn something.
Mental health,
and when it comes to relationships, the beauty of a great relationship is where I'm weak, you are strong. So therefore, I have dealt with some people that balance me and are equally yoked. And at times, have I been manipulative and prey on certain things? That's because I'm a man.
Right.
So you don't pray because you're a man.
But not all men do that. We don't want to. We don't want to blanket all men.
And all men
do not pray and manipulate. Not all men.
First of all humans pray and manipulate, but
all humans can have they have the capacity to, but not all are looking to do so.
And a man
not
in a relationship,
not in a praying way.
If I see that I can say, okay, I feel like.
So essentially, I'm wondering if he's saying, without saying, that the women he has children with, he preyed on to get them where he wanted them so that he can have control in that situation. I wonder if he chose the women, and the canon, like if you're not gonna probably watch this, but if you are, this is not me, coming down on you. I'm just, wonder. These are certain wonderings based on what I'm hearing. Because if she's making sense, and if he, without knowing, is choosing low functioning women, not women of low value, not women of low status, just women who don't know what functioning in a healthy situation may look like for the kids. If he's preying on these women, he's probably preying on women who would be low functioning so that he can control the situation, so that he could have multiple children by multiple women and them not hold him to account in regards to how he's involved in the kids' lives. And truth be told, if a woman has a child with Nick Cannon, they already know what it is. So there's a possibility that they're already going into the situation with a low functioning mindset.
Like, I need this and this person has this. I'm going to do and say whatever I need to do to get that.
But
okay, he just answered my wonderings. he just answered it.
Nick, again, law of attraction. We attract who we are despite of who we think we are. You used the word, you said women who are equally yoked to you.
Yeah.
Equally yoked comes in many different facets.
100%. Balance, if anything.
They have been equally yoked to your low functioning dysfunction that you have learned to survive in.
Because I use my tools to, because first of all, you're acting as if I'm entering every scenario with the full me, and every time someone meets someone, you're meeting their representative. I know how to turn on the perfect man.
Depending
and so therefore I may have manipulated a situation, and therefore, so it's to no discredit to anyone else.
I got you.
I've come into every situation. I can be God-fearing, celibate, the one that you want. I can tell you everything that you want in a man and show you that. I can open the doors, lay down the cloak, send the jet, do it all to be like, oh my goodness, I've never. And then toxic Nick shows up, and you're like, this motherfucker got me.
No, but
he done gave me the draws, and I ain't heard from him in 3 weeks.
Sorry for the language.
What you said is perfect. No, what you said is perfect because you named all of the low functioning, superficial things that a low functioning woman would fall into.
Church, women, that ain't low functioning.
Baby, any woman,
we going to see the Lord together.
Any woman or man,
or the mosque, wherever you want to go. I know them both.
Any person who's done the work, who gained a sense of self, who's worked on their pain pockets, who's worked on their trauma,
they're still going to be vulnerable.
They're going to be vulnerable.
They're still going to yearn. And late at night when you're sleeping alone, you go, I wish I had a strong.
Yeah, he's not trying to receive this.
Man,
they're going to be imperfect, but that person would want a strong, healthy, functioning man, not a low functioning man.
A nigga with some good hands.
Not a low functioning man. No, that's what I'm saying is the difference. But every
woman, you can't, Doc, you can't sit here and say that.
But you're speaking from your experience.
And even if it is his body language, he's not listening to her. He's not making eye contact with her. And men tend to do this when we are uncomfortable in a situation. We're trying to save face. So, we're going to overtalk. We're going to make light of it. We're going to joke around. We're not making eye contact. We're We're going to avoid. We're going to look around. We're going to have hand gestures. We do that. We do that.
Which makes it better.
I'm saying,
because your experience of these women is that they fall short for a jet and a good meal and a good man who says he goes
and
to church.
some strong hands.
A high and let me go further, and probably a big penis. But so,
You
okay,
said it, not
so let
me.
me go. But again, a high functioning. I'm not even talking about value. A high functioning woman who's done the work.
Explain this. I'm trying to hear what this high functioning woman is.
But a high functioning woman, you cannot send a jet and be toxic, and she will go on the.
She don't know I'm toxic yet.
A high functioning woman wouldn't even attract you, baby. Because it's law of attraction. Stick with me. Just stick with me.
Please explain this.
Regulate your emotions.
And remember, I said this just a little while ago. A high-functioning woman would already see what it is with Nick Cannon based on the multiple women he had children with. So a high-functioning woman's going to be like, yeah, I'm not getting involved with this. Oh, he's flying me out? No, I'm good. I'm gonna go find somebody else.
And stick with me. Regulate your emotions.
I'm trying to hear you.
Listen, what is law of attraction? We attract who we are despite who we think we are.
Absolutely.
Think we are.
Absolutely.
Okay. So a high functioning woman is not going to attract by default, by her calibration. She's not attracting a man who is not perfect. The man has got all kinds of mess. So does she. But when it comes to the level of her calibration and functioning and mental health and doing the work, she's going to attract that at which she is, that at what she leads with. So let me say this. Do I get on private jet?
You notice how she's touching to see if she can get his attention again? Yeah.
Yes, that I pay for myself? Absolutely. Have I had a man do a wonderful, beautiful thing for me? Absolutely. Have I had rocks and this and caught off weddings? Of course. But let me say this. Prior to me doing the work and being a high-functioning woman, I attracted low-functioning men. Hold on.
You're saying you're a high-functioning woman who attracted low-functioning?
No, that's not what I said. I said prior to me doing the work and becoming a high-functioning woman, my low-functioning self attracted low-functioning men. Hold on. You know why I attracted them? Because I needed low-functioning to feed low-functioning. Okay,
Yeah.
Hold on. A low-functioning man cannot feed a high-functioning woman, and a low-functioning woman can't feed a high-functioning man. And so what I'm telling you is there is no equally yoked there. If a high-functioning woman is a gallon, okay, and a low-functioning human being, let's just go human being, not even man and woman.
Now she got props.
We got props. This is the high-functioning person.
This is the high-functioning woon right here.
Just a person. Let's just a person. Because you got men who are high-functioning. Because I am calibrating and attracting y'all, and I love y'all. So let me come back. Let me bring it back. Wherever they at.
Wherever you make believe motherfuckers are.
Right.
Sorry but for the language, guys. My apologies. Like I'm apologizing for Nick, and I'm not just sorry.
Listen, so high functioning is a gallon, low functioning is a pint. Okay.
Okay.
If low functioning poured every single thing that he or she needed into this, you guys tell me how much is missing, how much is lacking, how much is there. Low functioning could never hang with the high functioning. If high functioning poured everything they had into low functioning, it would overwhelm them. They couldn't facilitate, they couldn't sustain. They might be able to do, hold on, like Nick said, they might be able to attract, but there's no type of sustaining here.
So how long you want to sustain for? Low functioning is comfortable being low functioning. That's about accountability. That's accepting who you are. Because with all due respect, this high functioning person, this sounds a little delusional.
It's not. Because it's called doing the work. Nick,
because if you're that high functioning, you're gonna be high functioning by your damn self. There's no who are you gonna be with?
Nick,
that's
stop.
True.
That was so perfect. I swear, I love that.
That's true.
That right there, that's it. That should be the whole snippet of the show. Say it one more time, please. Please say it one more time.
Be that high functioning, you're gonna be high functioning by your damn self.
Okay, now you understand why.
And if you're high functioning, you're not looking to bring low function to somebody else. I don't know what she has to say after this, but I am going to close it there. I think that was a good point. All right. If you are high functioning, you can be high functioning all by yourself, which I agree. But if you are high functioning by yourself, you're not looking to bring low function into your life. All right. Or if somebody is high functioning, think of it not in the same area of your life, you're looking to pour into them. So I think what she's saying here is on point. I am going to do more reading and research on what Dr. Cheyenne Bryant believes of low functionality within men and women, because I think the concept is amazing, and I think understanding that will help others have a different perspective in regards to life and how they deal with other people, how they come forward, how they approach, how they present themselves to other people, and not high function, because you could appear high functioning but really be low functioning, and it's easy to detect after like one or two conversations or even just initially meeting somebody. But shout out to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I'm going to do more research on her and her work and see what she really is about, because I think what she had to say to both Cam Newton and Nick Cannon was helpful. Frankly, it was helpful. And I think if we take some of those things that she said, apply it, we'll probably be in a better state as a black man. Okay? And this is one of those things where there's a scripture in the Bible where it talks about looking into a mirror. And seeing your flaws and going away and forgetting exactly what you saw. Sometimes we need the mirror put in front of us so that we can see our blemishes and see the areas that we need to fix and make those adjustments and make those fixes. And this is one of those situations as black men, as men in general, but black men specifically, because, you know, everybody's talking about, because here's the thing, statistically, black men are the most active parents in their lives, you know, as far as fathers, right? At least in Western civilization. However, that doesn't mean that they are not creating broken homes. It's and both. Okay, it's and both. They can be active fathers for children in broken homes. So even though you're doing your best, men are doing the best they can in low functioning situations. So it's up to us as black men to no longer attempt to create broken homes, but get married to the woman that we are going to get committed to and raise a family with that woman. And then we're going to start seeing functionality among black men rise. Identify, even get connected to a good, solid Bible-believing church with men who are family men, who are protective men. Because I've seen it. I've gone to churches where men are men, and they love their wives, they love their children, they love their community. There's churches out there, there's Christian men out there like that. Good examples. But shout out to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. This is a great discussion, great interview. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching also. I'm going to end it here. Do me a favor. If you made it this far in the video and you like the content, hit the like button for me. Hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the bell notification next to it so it'll let you know when I go live and when I upload new video like I just did. And yeah, man, I greatly appreciate you for being here and rocking with me and being here for the whole episode, all right? Yeah. So if you'd like to support the channel, there's a couple of ways you can do so. If you look down below, we have merch you can purchase. You can join the channel by hitting the join button if you're watching on YouTube, or you can go to patreon.com/Harrison Family Values and support the channel there as well. And there's also a super thanks button if you're watching on YouTube as well. Hit that super thanks button. You can give Harrison Family Values a donation that will help support the channel. And you can also purchase my book, From a Fatherless Father to His Sons. It's available on Amazon.com. Just search From a Fatherless Father to His Sons. Purchase the book. And that's one of the major ways it's been supporting this channel. So you guys have been buying the book, so I appreciate it. Thank you. So all right, guys, I'm going to end it here. So I appreciate you for watching. Until the next upload or live stream, I'm out. Peace.